than them do whatever they have to do to win. So put that on the table of debate now. What are they going to do if they're surrounded? What are they going to do if 150,000 advanced missiles are going to be shot? What are they going to do if Iran gets involved? Well, they can't win a conventional war. What are they going to do? I think I know what they do. I know what we would do. We would destroy the enemy because otherwise we're exterminated. That's all I have to say.
Well, destroying the enemy definitely means wiping out a race of people. However, people want to look at it. Maybe they have the right to do it. Okay. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. But it is what it is. So Mark Levin goes on a rant about what's going on in Israel and the positions they need to take. You're going to watch Rachel, the only one who actually tries to ask about where does this leave America? And you'll see the reaction she receives.
Well, Mark, you brought up nuclear war. I mean, essentially, and also we're talking about America's involvement and how as this expands.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. If you drive.
I don't understand how we're not talking about America's involvement when America has already sent fighter jets over to Israel. We're involved, guys, whether we're running in there with blazing, or not. We're involved. There's money going into this. We're involved.
Right. Look.
I'm
Rachel,
sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Rachel, when you ask questions like that, you need to answer them.
Now he's talking to her.
Not just ask them. What are they going to do if there's multiple front war? What are they going to do if they have kidnaps or hostages and other hostages? What are they going to do? Die, I guess.
We had a general on earlier in the show who said that our military is not doing well. Recruitments are low. They're not focused. He described a military that's not prepared in many ways, and yet there we are in Ukraine.
I want you to pause real quick. Let's pause real quick and see. Will Cain, he's very nervous because she can't stop. She's asking the right questions, and she's going off script too. And my man right here, I forgot his name. He's just like, I'm just going to look straight ahead. I'm just not going to say anything.
We could have another front here. China's on the move. I mean, this has to be, we have to pause and think a little bit here because it just sounds like a roll towards
Rachel,
war.
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. What does Ukraine have to do with this and China have to do it? I'm talking about what the Israelis are going on.
I'm talking.
And you see how they just, Mark Levin just doesn't understand what Rachel is talking about. Rachel is simply talking about how far stretched we're going to be. He says, I don't know, what does Ukraine have to do with this? Because we're stretched out to Ukraine and we are preparing for a war with China. Yes, we are. I've talked about this on the channel from last year. I even called out this Iran situation too. I believe it was last year when I called that out.
Well, the Israelis have their issue, but I'm concerned that a lot of the talk that's going on now is about involving the United States. And that's another matter. And it's not anti-Semitic to say that we as Americans should take a pause.
Okay, look, I didn't say it was anti-Semitic. That's number one. So I don't appreciate that either. Number two, the Israelis haven't asked us to get involved. They asked us to give them equipment. Number three, they have their own arsenal, which they never admit. So
why don't they admit that they have their own arsenal, right? And she's not saying that he said that label, because he didn't. But there are a lot of people who are using that label very frequently. And you just simply ask, like, where does this leave us? And so Mark goes on to say, like, Israel's not asking us for help. Okay, Mark, fine. They're not. But unfortunately, here we are. Here we are. U.S. military is preparing to send roughly around 2,000 troops for potential deployment to support Israel against Gaza. Even this sentence of supporting Israel against Gaza doesn't make sense to me. Like Gaza, they say that against Gaza. Well, at least they're right, against Gaza. It's just when you look inside Gaza and you see, you're like, wait, they need that many people for that? It's kind of crazy. Anyway, so they're sending our troops for potential deployment. Now, they said it's not combat ready yet, but it will eventually get there. It will. I mean, Look at the side here. They're already talking about Israel prepping for war possible with Hezbollah. There's no way. Once Hezbollah gets involved, we're going to have to help Israel out. Look, it is what it is. It is what it is. And Iran will get involved. Iran's being connected to this anyway. See, the thing is, a lot of things can be right at the same time. I don't only question Israel about what happened that day. I believe that if I'm questioning Israel, I'm questioning America first, actually. Because the fact is, I've been saying that we're going to see a problem with Iran soon. We will. And look, we're seeing the connections, okay? We know how our establishment works. So if I don't trust my own establishment, you'll have to forgive me if I don't trust another establishment either, all right? This is what it is. How long until it's combat ready? How long until we're talking about, drafts of deployments for combat? I'm just saying that this is not, okay, so, and just to end this right here, this is not to scare anyone. Everybody, get your finances as much in order as possible. Get your supplies, just have things, under control. It's getting cold outside, winter is upon us. Just be prepared. We can't stop anything that's getting ready to happen, but we have to be prepared. Nobody's coming to help Americans. They are deploying troops over to Israel to defend Israel's border against Gaza, but I've never seen a troop deployed to the southern border. It is what it is. Just get prepared. You can feel wherever you side on this war, and it's not about sides, but wherever you land on it, that doesn't change the fact that we just have to have our supplies prepared. We just got to be ready. You know what I mean? Because you just never know. In a time of conflict, anything can happen. We'll be okay. God is good. We'll be okay. When you know better, you do better. See you at the next video.